We have an absolutely heartbreaking and all too familiar story to report to you guys today. AFP says, quote, "A masked gang wielding machetes hacked a secular blogger to death Tuesday in northeastern Bangladesh in the third such deadly attack by suspected Islamists since February." Third one. We covered the others as well. Police said Ananta Bijoy Das was murdered in broad daylight as he headed to work at a local bank in the city of Sylhet, an attack that fellow writers said highlighted a culture of impunity. The commissioner of the police said a group of around 4 masked men attacked Das with machetes around 8:30 a.m. on a busy street in Bangladesh's 5th largest district. They chased him down the street and first attacked his head with their machetes and then attacked him all over his body. Again, I repeat myself, the third example of a secular blogger being murdered. They say, quote, "A friend of Das said the 33-year-old banker was an editor of a quarterly magazine called Logic." Naturally, the attackers are anti-logic. They wanted to go on the record about that. And he also headed a science and rationalist council. And Das won an annual Rationalist Award in 2006 for his, quote, "deep and courageous interest in spreading secular and humanist ideals and messages." While Das mostly focused on science and evolution, he wrote a number of blogs that were critical of some aspects of Islam and Hinduism. So as a result of that, Islamic extremists thought he had to die. So understand something. Oftentimes on this show, when we discuss what leads to terrorism, we have some strong opinions, and I try to put everything in context and give you perspective so we understand the roots of terrorism in a given case, in a given terrorist attack. And in this case, it's utterly clear. This is based off of a fundamentalist interpretation of Islam and crazy people who really believe it. And these are literalists who have read the Quran and the Hadith and think, yes, I really should slaughter the infidel. It's what God wants. So I think, in all seriousness, the best reaction to something like this is more people in Bangladesh, everybody who's secular in Bangladesh, should start writing about their secularism and standing up for their beliefs in secularism. Because if just a handful of brave people are doing it, they become targets. But if everybody does it, then the small minority of fundamentalists can't kill all of you. They just can't do it. So what we need essentially is unity on this issue. And by the way, this goes back to the whole thing about drawing Muhammad in the first place that we talk about. You know, people get mad that every once in a while I have to defend right-wing kooks when they draw Muhammad, and then people try to kill them for it. Well, I'm defending the right-wing kooks because on that particular issue, they have a right to do what they're doing, and it's not an appropriate response if you're offended to kill them. So, in my opinion, the right reaction in that case is for everybody to get together and say, you're not going to kill all of us, and we're all going to draw Muhammad. How about that? How you like them apples? If we all draw it and we all say, these are our beliefs. We have a deeply held, non-negotiable belief in freedom of speech and freedom to protest, then how can they respond and kill everybody? They can't kill everybody. And it's my opinion and my belief, based on data and polls and things of that nature, that there are more people in the Muslim world who are secular who will look at that and say, yeah, I'm actually on the side of the secular blogger who was hacked to death. I'm on the side of the people who want to, in protest, stand up for freedom of expression and all draw Muhammad. Raw Story had a great article where they showed Muslims who drew Muhammad and said, this is my response to Pam Geller and her crazy right-wing group when they drew Muhammad. Look, I drew Muhammad too. See, it's not all of us that are in favor of cracking down on free speech. We're moderate. By definition, we believe in free speech. Look, see, we drew Muhammad. You like that? So, I don't have this condescending view towards the Muslim world where, like, they're all fundamentalists and they're all not cool with you drawing Muhammad or believing in free speech. No, I think a lot of them do believe you can do that, especially if you're not part of their religion. And they do believe that you have the right to free speech. So, in my opinion, the response to 3 Bangladeshi secular and atheistic writers being killed is to have 100 more, 1,000 more, 100,000 more secular bloggers stand up and say, no, not on our watch. You're not going to beat us in the realm of ideas, and you're not going to be able to kill us and shut us up. You're not going to be able to censor us. We are standing up for freedom of expression. We are standing up for our belief system, and we're going to put it forward. And if you're going to come after us, come get all of us. How about that?